Can we have more fun-styled con videos instead of that boohoo melancholy wannabe shit?
So, moving forward with this channel, I decided to make these quarterly short vlogs that document my life so that I'm more aware of what I'm doing and how I'm feeling. As part of an effort to keep this channel somewhat alive, I am retiring the gaming stuff because it doesn't interest me anymore, and the music stuff will come when I feel like it because I don't have a guitar for the time being, so that type of content's gotta wait a while longer. As part of switching things up from the usual furcon content, I feel that this is also a good way to stay active within the furry fandom while showcasing my hobby for photography and videography, while also reflecting on relationships with the people around me, as well as how I treat myself. You could say that this is a New Year's resolution kind of thing. So yeah, I see that a lot of y'all love these cinematic vlogs as shown from my firm vlog, and if you haven't checked that out, please do and share it with your friends. The engagement I've got with that video is probably the best one I've ever had so far. So thank you again, everyone, for the tremendous support. So anyways, without further ado, let me start my rambling. Between the months of January to March of 2024, Firm 2023 just ended, and as I was still serving my term in national service, I wasn't able to follow my friends to Forum that year, and looking at social media did not help in that point of time. The furry fandom is one of those fandoms where people rely heavily on social media to stay connected. One main factor of this is this thing called the follower account. And me joining the Singaporean furry community 7 months in meant that I was still trying to build my connections and relationships with other people. And that meant that with every post I saw on Twitter or X or whatever you call it, made me feel like
a dumb shit.
And while I did attend local fur meets like fursuit photo shoots and mega meet after the firm hype died, I was still relying on friend groups for my overall happiness because the more the merrier, that kind of mindset. And this kind of mindset evolved into a toxic perspective because if things didn't go my way when I was with other people, I would get pretty freaking petty, like go on social media and rant about these people's actions level petty. And looking back at it, it's so damn immature. But bad things aside, things got better by me. I finished my national service term and traveled to Korea. Mind you, I haven't been to Korea since I was 8, so this opportunity was a huge eye-opener for me. Even though I was experiencing all these amazing opportunities and freedom, whatever those toxic mentalities I mentioned over the earlier months still carried on. You know that saying where it goes, forgive and forget? I was forgiving people, but still held grudges against them for the wrongdoings, which honestly has been the reason for my strained and broken friendships. So yeah, I regret showing that behavior a lot. July. What a month this was. As you all know, LIFC 2024 came around, and for the sake of clarity, my con video's on the right hand corner of this video where it explains all my takeaways and all that jazz. But one thing I didn't mention was, I remember on day 2 of the con, after the closing ceremony, I sat alone at the sofas outside of the main con space once I was done with my media team duties. And since I was part of the committee, I wasn't able to joined a dinner with my friends and a few other foreign furs. I'm not gonna mention who they are, but when they came back, everyone was just talking to so many people I did not know at the lobby, which made me feel very overwhelmed. I remember going home with a very heavy heart and an empty stomach, and as I slept that night, I cried a lot because I kept blaming myself. Why do I know these people? Why am I not outgoing enough? Why am I introverted? And these thoughts kept going through my mind even after the period of the con hype, which affected my capacity to socialize within the fandom. And funny enough, when I socialized with people outside of the fandom, for example school or within my church, I didn't have that fear of social anxiety because I didn't have this mindset of associating people with their social media follower count and who they were related to. So school started in August. I stopped Twitch streaming to focus on my studies and school life. In the midst of surviving the school term, I felt very disconnected from the fandom because I was very fixated on studying. So by the time Firm came around in December, I treated Firm as a huge catch-up event to figure out what the heck everyone was doing at that point of time. Same thing, not much explaining here, so do watch my Firm recap video for my experiences there as well. So after Firm ended, all that stuff happened, and then came Mega Meet. And I managed to talk to those people who didn't manage to go to Firm, and as I took breaks to catch a breather, I realized how fragmented my relationships with everyone was. I never knew how torn apart my friend group was, and it felt like I was stuck in the past. Everyone was moving on without me, and this video here explains how I felt during that Mega Meet that night.
I feel a little bit like I failed. I'm watching all my friends move on with their lives, and they're all moving forward, and it's like I'm stuck here.
I felt like I needed someone to talk to about it, and I'm glad I did because there are some things that I'm going to mention to wrap up this video as part of the lessons I had learned this year. No matter how sweet you can be, people will always prefer oranges over apples. As how nice I may be to other people, some people will always prefer other people instead of me, and it's a very hard pill to swallow for me. Even though my friends could be talking to other notable individuals and be friends with them, they will end up having different friends for me because they're living their own life. There's probably a reason out there as to why I'm not invited to famous events and not being able to meet certain people as compared to my friends, and maybe it's probably for the better. This year made me realize that I've been too reliant on people, and I guess it's time for me to accept that friends are only going to be a part of my life, and the rest of it is entirely up to me to pick myself up and continue moving. I think the reason why I can get petty whenever rough relationships happen is because I'm too nice to the point where I don't know how to handle conflicts effectively, because I've never experienced them. I don't know who said this, but I remember reading this quote somewhere off the internet: never share your emotions online. It's pretty much what I'm doing right now, but how it's relevant to this statement is that when you share your unhappiness and drama about others on social media, it can go two ways because your viewers and external parties will never understand the true side of the story. It can lead to pretty nasty gossiping and rumors towards who that post is directed at. I have done this before and I regret it a lot, and this action made it harder for me to sincerely apologize to people and leaving behind the past because I'm stuck in it. So moving forward, I think I'll be much happier if I were to just forgive and forget. I'll try to keep this part short and sweet since it's kind of a rehash from what I said at the end of my Firm vlog, but 2024 was a real blessing to me. I've become way more active in the furry fandom and have been presented many opportunities to grow as a creator. I have never been more grateful for the growth I've had over a year since I joined SG Furs, as well as the numerous people I've met over the year, and it feels amazing. As what I mentioned, I am a human, even though I'm a sheep online. I am human, I have flaws, and these flaws have stunted my growth as a person, and it also has affected my relationship with the people around me adversely. But everyone experiences life at a different pace, and I still have time to make amends with myself this coming year ahead. Life is a journey after all, and from what I said during my firm vlog, good things come to those who wait. A door of people who I had adored may close with fruitful memories, but that means another is about to open with new memories and new people. I just gotta be patient. It's hard, I know, but I'll wait. The world doesn't revolve around me, and I just gotta write my story in it. 2025. Honestly speaking, I'm scared, but at the same time, I'm hopeful for the growth that comes with it. With that, Happy New Year, and I'll see you guys whenever. Peace out.